What did you do to reignite your relationship with your partner, but instead ruined it? 1. Friend tried to have a nice last chance dinner with his girl, another buddy stopped by his place in an emergency, took a huge dump, and the smell ruined the dinner. They broke up after. 2. My ex convinced me that moving back to her crappy little hometown would fix everything because it would be cheaper and less stressful and there'd be no temptations, etc. Barely lasted 2 months before she hooked up with some guy she had a crush on in high school, and I was homeless. 3. We moved closer to her family. The only thing that changed was that I gave up my dream job. She was still just as miserable, but now I was also miserable. 4. We both wrote about 3 things we wanted to change and to bring our relationship back to life. Hers were things about me that I hadn't done in over a year. When questioned, she got really defensive and insisted I still do it, and then talked about a situation that happened a year prior to prove her point. My main one was asking for one date night a month. When I told her mine, I basically had to fight tooth and nail to just get her to consider it. We never had any dates, rarely ever saw each other, and I was asking for 2 hours of her time once a month. After that conversation, I really had to reflect on whether this is what I wanted or not. I was kind of glad when we broke up a couple of weeks later. 5. My ex moved out to give us space to figure things out. A few weeks later, our 11-year-old son commented that the house was so much more peaceful without mom around. A couple weeks later, ex was let out of her lease because of maintenance issues, and the thought of inviting her back home made my stomach instantly hurt. Now a divorced and healing single dad. 6. I wrote "Marry Me" in flames on her front lawn, but then the wind picked up and oh my, it was horrible, just horrible. 7. Went to couples therapy and let her pick a therapist she had already been seeing. Quickly learned that it was more of an "I told you so" to her therapist, who in hindsight was very biased and dishonest. 8. I had a friend who proposed to his girlfriend in front of their family members. Then got anxiety about what he just did, started an argument so he could take back the proposal. Ruined the relationship.